100 years ago, the dark wizard Hollowell raised an army and tried to conquer the world. He was stopped by an unlikely hero, Sheriff Aesop Stormwood. As Hollowell died, he prophesied that he would be reborn twice more and rise again. Stormwood looked him in the eye and said if Hollowell did, his descendants would strike him down. Sheriff Aesop Stormwood went on to form Stormwood and Associates to make sure they'd be ready for Hollowell's returns, a private detective security and federally licensed magic users agency. 25 years ago, Hollowell returned for the first time, and a Stormwood made good on Aesop's promise. But the third coming of Hollowell may not be so far in the future. But the young Raz Stormwood just might know it's coming, and she plans to be ready. Previously on Stormwood and Associates. The Stormwood and Associates team was hired to infiltrate Prupip Technologies to do a test of their physical security. When they got to the server room that, in theory, only they were going to be in, it turned out someone else broke in first. The team, rattled, amazed, made chase, with Babbitt following a Cockney ninja, a hobbit thief, and a small woman hacker down a vent shaft leading to the parking garage where Bill already was with a bag of ice conveniently. Raz made her way back down to the lobby using the elevator while Babbitt and Bill tried to fight off the bad guys who were there and stuff. It's what you do when you find bad guys. They managed to take out one of the van's tires, but right now the team's still trying to figure out what to do. What you gonna do?
I don't know.
You're gonna run for your bike? You're gonna talk to security? You're gonna try to stop these guys? You've got choices.
I know.
Not particularly good ones, but they exist.
Yeah. Because if I try to tell security, I don't know if these security peons are gonna believe me.
All right.
To their credit, they're very quick to taser.
I will say that what you know about the way that this sort of job normally works is that local security knows that a pen test was probably scheduled to happen, but they don't know when. All right. And they know that they've probably been told it's not going to happen until like next week or something, but they know that someone's going to end. They have a number to call. They have a number to call to verify your story.
Okay.
So if they might ask you to stay with them, but they also know that you could literally get out the door, like, without talking to them. Like,
yeah.
Because you know right now that you could probably just casually walk out the door to this place and they wouldn't even take note because there are enough people milling around. Like, if you had tried to go up go to the stairs or to an elevator without a key card, like to go up, because key cards aren't required on the higher levels, but they're required on the first floor. Like, you know that if you had like tried to get in and without a key card, they would have stopped you, but they're not going to stop anybody walking out in the middle of the workday when there are this many people working in the building.
Yeah. But it's a question of like.
Well, right. So you have to you
talk to them and be detained for however long they need to like verify my story and talk to the higher ups about this.
Well, and also though, you know that you've got two other people who are like on the ground by these other people who broke in.
Get to that van as fast, just
right.
Because I'm not in that location.
Right. But all right, so you've got your motorcycles right outside, and obviously these people are going to have to drive out of the parking garage, which exits onto the same street that your motorcycle's parked on.
Okay.
So it's going to take them a minute to drive down a level and out, and because they haven't taken off yet. Yeah. The Barrow just got into the car, and so they're not going to start going forward until the driver's next round on combat. You can make it to your motorcycle before they get out of the building.
But can I do that and talk to security at
No.
like
You're going to have to
Exactly.
pick. So those are your choices. You can either talk, or you could do a third other thing. You know, you could go back up to the server room and decide to make lunch. It's, but you can't. Yeah, it's if you talk to security, you're going to be talking to security, and that doesn't mean that these guys will get away, but it means that it's up to Bill and Babbitt to follow. You know, to if they want to pursue. Like it means that any pursuit's going to be Bill and Babbitt in the Chevy Lumina. Mind you, I don't know if, I mean, you've heard that the fire spell's been shot at a tire. You don't know that that Babbitt has taken a tire out, and which will slow their van down. So it's actually probably a realistic chase between a Chevy Lumina and a van with 3 wheels and 1 rim. If there's a problem, they can solve it. If you need to find someone, they can do it. Stormwood and Associates is a detective, security, and federally licensed magic users agency. If you need help, they'll be there. But don't get in their way, or else you'll get caught in the eye of the storm.
I've got to cover my ass for the sake of my company.
Yes, you do.
So I feel like it's better for me to just like talk with security and be like, "Hey, I was doing this pen test and like your guy's shit got jacked, and then I've got men working on it, but I just want to let you know."
Yeah, that is a perfectly reasonable choice.
Cool, I will do that.
All right, so you're gonna approach Bob and the unnamed younger security guard at the security desk.
Yep.
All right, and so you're gonna tell them, what are you gonna tell them? The 2 security guards look up at you.
Hi, I'm Ms. Stormwood of Stormwood PI. I was hired by your company to do a pen test, and I want to let you know that
Bob has put his paper down, and the other guy, whose name we don't know, just is kind of looking up at you from his. They're both sitting in chairs, and you're standing behind him. And
how do I professionally say that their shit is jacked?
Oh well, so you as a private investigator might say something along the lines of. I was hired to do a pen test, and after my team successfully breached your server room, we found actual thieves already in there.
I say that.
All right. You say that. All right. Holy cow. Bob is like, all right, I'm going to need to confirm that with my boss, but we are locking down this building immediately. And he hits a little button and all the doors buzz. And, which, since everybody's outside the doors, it doesn't, besides Raz, it doesn't really do anything. But he's going to do that because that's his job.
Yep.
And the younger guy with eyesight only in his left eye looks and goes, "Okay, well, we're gonna have to confirm that, but assuming that we get the okay from my bosses, you're gonna what?" Yeah, he's kind of freaking out. I don't think he was expecting that. Bob is calling the police,
Okay.
and asking you for a description of the people who you saw, who broke in. And I'll let you give them that description off camera while we cut back to the exciting move here. So all of our bad guys are in the black van. Bill, You're up.
All right.
You probably can get to your Lumina before they can get around the corner, because you've just got a short, like, you've probably only got like 20 feet to cover, while they've got to drive all the way down to the end and then turn around until
I'm
turn
gonna
around
do
the bend.
that. I'm gonna go to the. I'm gonna go down to my. I'm gonna go to my Lumina and I'm gonna try to block the exit with my car.
Okay. Their car has a lot more weight than yours. You know this, right? There's a big cargo van. You're in a Chevy Lumina. From what year's your Chevy Lumina?
1999.
I'm gonna look up this car. What color is it?
It is not a big vehicle.
It's a bit of a boat.
All right, what color is your Chevy Lumina?
It is.
Is it champagne
green
gold?
And rust.
Oh, what color did you say?
It is green and it is rust.
A green and rust Chevy Lumina. Okay. All right, so you're gonna run to your Chevy Lumina and get it started. That brings us to Harris. He's gonna do the driver. Sorry, I've realized I've never said the driver's name. He's gonna hit the gas, and with sparks flying off of the one. Well, no, there aren't sparks flying because it's just a flat tire. With the rubber slapping on one of the wheels and the other three, he's attempting to. Which tire did you target, Babbitt?
Front left.
Not you, Babbitt.
They backed into me, right?
Yeah.
Then back left.
Back left. Okay, that will slow them down a little because it's a rear-wheel drive van. All right, so they are trying to, but they make it. They are getting, like, they are speeding down towards the turn where they're going to have to turn around. Now we're up to Babbitt.
Okay.
Are you going to go join Bill in the Chevy Lumina?
No, I think I'm just gonna run after the van. I think.
Well, they're going faster than you. Like, you're not gonna. So, just a level of geography. Okay, so they're heading away from you. It is actually, you are really close to the Lumina. It's just like, because it's across a little like footbridge between sides of the parking garage.
Okay.
And the Lumina's on the way out, right?
Okay.
So they are gonna head. So if you want to chase after them on foot, you can either run directly after them, or you can cut across to the other side where the Lumina is.
I'll cut across to the Lumina and hop on the top.
You're going to hop on the top of the Lumina?
I'm going to hop on the top of the Lumina.
All right, Goblin Boy.
Oh, wow.
It's an action movie, so you can do that realistically. Yeah. All right. So you're on top of the thing. Go past Barrow. Raz, you are in the lobby with the security guards. You are telling them about the halfling in the onesie and the girl and Barrow McCoy, and that they breached the production server, and they've confirmed that your company has been hired to do a pen test. I didn't pull some twist on you, like, oh, they weren't really hired by this company. You're not the fall guy for that. It's just you literally just had amazing timing. And so the police are on their way. The higher ups are on their way, and so you're gonna be stuck there for a little while. You're just gonna be sitting in the lobby for a while. All right, that brings us to the halfling, who is in the back of the van doing nothing. So that brings us to NK, the girl, and she's not doing anything because she's in the back of the van. That brings us to Bill. Bill, you hear the tire squealing. You know that they're going to turn around the corner pretty soon. You've got a goblin on your roof.
Okay. That does not seem safe, but okay. I guess instead of trying to stop them, because I'm just gonna ruin this car, and I can't afford to ruin this car. I'm just gonna try to follow him.
You're gonna follow him? All right. So you've got the car started, and you're just gonna wait for them to pass by?
Yeah, and I'm gonna also try to get a good look at the license plate if I can even see it.
All right. I will. That takes us then to the driver. So the black van kind of screeches by in a bizarre thunder of, like, occasionally the hubcap on the blown out tire is scraping the ground and sparking. And it is a cacophony of noise as he zooms by. You do notice that there is no license plate on the van.
Well, that's just not legal.
That doesn't mean there was never a license plate on the van. There just isn't one right now. That may be something to go look for later.
That is something to go look for.
Later. But yeah, for a person who's, say, trapped at this office. You might want to tell people that there's no license plate on the van.
Hey, Kel, there's no license plate on the
There's
van.
no license plate. I can't. Well, that's not going to help me track it, but okay.
It's black. It's missing a hubcap, and one of the wheels it's very flat.
Okay, I don't have access to the traffic cameras. I'm not the police, so tell.
Then hack the police. What good are you?
I just spent a whole day hacking a building. I swapped cameras. Oh my god! Look, let me tell you, twerp. I'm making $15 an hour. I don't get paid enough to hack. That's a federal crime. Okay, so
So is not having a license plate.
All right, so actually, having a license plate is a state crime. So that takes us to Babbitt. You just saw the van go screeching by.
Yeah, I hit the top of the car to tell him to get going.
All right. Brings us past Barrow. Raz, you are in the lobby having the least exciting day.
The police there yet?
No. Every round is 6 seconds.
As soon as the police get there, I could tell the police that the van has no license plate.
Well, you could probably tell the security guards to tell the police over the phone.
Wait, I do that.
Okay. You just had to get that information. It's, All right,
Yep.
so you tell the security guards that.
Into the earpiece.
Halfling and the girl aren't doing anything. Bill, so the van has bounded past you. Are you going to go give chase?
Absolutely.
All right, your Chevy Lumina pulls out of its spot and goes speeding after the van. The van is going to continue through the first level. And
I feel like I might have a speed advantage considering I have all my tires.
yeah, but they've also got, like, at least a V8. You think Barrow Mackay brings a van that can't do speed? He's Barrow Mackay. All right. Barrow Mackay, the name I came up with, which then informed me everything I needed to know about the character.
It really does.
All right, so you are chasing Barrow Mackay. I think probably the only reason why that vehicle is operating is because the driver's a pirate.
I was wondering.
Yeah, they're the getaway drivers fall under the pirate class in this game.
I kind of figured if that's really just his one thing, he's probably a pirate. Yeah.
Yeah, that's his ship. All right, so we've gotten so everybody's speeding off. That takes us to. I'm gonna assume that you follow them out of the parking garage. Babbitt, you haven't gotten a good straight shot at them because they've had to turn around a couple times.
Right.
You haven't gotten a good shot at them. So I'm just going to take you outside the parking garage, and now I'm just going to have to, like, start looking at, like, a street grid. Because I had not prepared for a car chase. Because I had not prepared for one of you getting in the middle of their group on their escape.
Yeah.
I had an escape route planned out, but I thought that they would just get away clean, but they have not gotten away clean. So now I'm going to have to go find a street grid I'm just going to pick a random city in the U.S. and use that as the street grid. All right. So you guys are heading down this street. So you guys end up on the street, and so as you do see from the lobby, the black cargo van drive from left to right in front of you.
Yeah.
Followed by the Chevy Lumina.
And I'm just like,
with the goblin on the roof.
Tell the police. There they go.
The security
I
guard.
wave at Bill as he passes.
The security guard kind of looks at you and says, "Was the goblin with you or with them?"
He's with me.
Okay. All right. So now we are taking a drive. We are speeding through a city with a 3-tired van being chased by a Chevy Lumina. And by the way, if you hadn't taken out that tire, there's no way you would have kept up with them. Because this is a pirate's. Because according to this is game rules. This is a pirate driving, so this is his ship. His pirate ship is this black van, so he's very good at this. And so it's a souped-up van, but you took out a tire, so his swashbuckle's going to keep him on the road. But I'm going to say it gives you guys about equal speed. All right, so we're going to excise Raz from the initiative order now because everything you're doing is conversational.
Yep.
I'm going to say since the halfling doesn't have any way to do anything ranged, he's just inside the van.
Y'all can imagine me just like sitting in one of the lobby chairs with my head against the wall. Like
I just know that
listening to everything over.
I just know that the shot of the Lumina chasing the van was definitely from Raz's perspective.
Oh yeah.
As they went by the windows and people just kind of stared, and then after they passed, went back to work. All right, so people. Okay, so but also that means that Barrow is not going to do anything because he's just got melee weapons and he's in the passenger seat. So that leaves the only people in the initiative: Babbitt, NK, and then our 2 drivers, Bill and Harris. Harris's name is completely unimportant, but I wrote it out, so I'm going to remember it and keep saying it out loud because you guys haven't met the dwarf and you don't know the dwarf's name is Harris. All right. So we are going through this initiative order, and we're going to have to come up with new rules because I was going to prep rules for any car chases, but I hadn't gotten to it yet. So what we're going to do is anytime that the lead car, Harris's car, makes a turn. So if he's going straight, you'll obviously be able to stay on him. I'm going to say anytime that Harris's car makes a turn, Nick, you the driver are going to have to beat a roll to see if you're able to keep following him.
All right, that's fair.
All right, and we'll do a 1d10 against 1d10 whenever that happens. For right now, they're going straight because there aren't any crossroads for a little while here. So they're gonna go straight. And we come to Bill. I'm assuming you're gonna keep following on your turn here.
Yes.
Because you're taking the action of driving the car.
Yes.
All right. So we're gonna take Harris. Harris is gonna keep going straight. Babbitt, we're on you. You are hanging on top of the car.
Sure am. How close are we?
You are probably, you're pretty close. I mean, you're not like within jumping distance.
Yeah, okay.
But you're probably like maybe, like I'll say it's, the Lumina's pretty fast, but this van is pretty quick. So I'm going to say you're like at a 2-second following distance.
Okay.
You know, so it's like there's a good chunk of distance between you. You're probably only going like 40 miles an hour right now because there's not a lot of traffic here. Right now you're on the outskirts of the main, like you're not in San Ricardo itself. You're like in you're in the out area. Once you start heading towards the city, traffic is going to get harder, and so you're probably actually even going to end up slowing down. But right now you're going about 40. You're not on the highway. You are on like streets with like a 30 mile an hour speed limit.
Okay.
I'm just staying on him.
Yeah, stay on him. Punch it. I need to get within jumping distance.
That is not something that I would recommend. But
Right,
okay.
so yeah,
okay, I'm gonna help. I'm gonna help.
So on your next turn, you have a chance then to increase your speed to try to get the car up to him. All right.
Cal, are you able to track us?
Look, I know where you guys are, but I don't know where they are.
They're way ahead of us.
All right. So if you keep going the way you're going, you're gonna hit traffic pretty soon. So if they don't turn soon, I'd be surprised.
Okay, be ready to turn.
All right.
All right, so that takes us back to NK, and she is going to kick open the rear door of the van, and she has some sort of gun in her hand, and she's going to take a shot at your tires.
No, rude.
Yeah, because going after someone's tires is so out of the question for these things. All right,
I'm a good guy. It's okay.
she is higher level. Let's see here. So again, we're using the driver's stats for the car. And she's going to aim at your tires, and she's going to roll. What's your sweetness plus level, Nick?
4.
For Bill? 4? Yeah, no, she hits. She rolled a 7. There was no way, like, even once I add up everything, there was no way that she wasn't going to hit.
Ah!
All right, let's see if she does. She's aiming at the tires, though, not at you, which is the good news.
Right.
Because
I already got taste today.
this is, all right. What's your fitness plus level?
Also 4.
Okay. She's gonna do 6 damage to your car.
Ah!
And so she was aiming at the tire. She has now blown out one of your front tires. Is the Chevy Lumina rear-wheel drive or front-wheel drive?
I want to say rear wheel.
I'm going to Google it because we're going to find out. If it's front-wheel drive, if it's rear-wheel drive, you're going to keep going. Just with, I'm going to say that your for the turns are going to be harder. I'll say it's rear-wheel drive because that'll make this a little more fair. All right, so your front tire's out. You are swerving back and forth a little bit. You are going to. I'm going to now say that they get a +2 on their turning rolls that you have to beat because you've got a tire out. All right, so you. All right, so she has knocked out your front left tire. You're swerving a little bit. Our goblin friend is just kind of hanging on. And Bill, it's your turn. I'm assuming you're gonna keep following. Are you gonna? Were you gonna still try to speed up so Rabbit could jump across? Or
Yeah,
Babbitt?
I'm gonna try.
Sorry, I obnoxiously wrote you down as Rabbit in the because I was still in character when I wrote down the initiative order. And Kel being a jerk just sort of bled into, so it's
no problem.
So it says Rabbit on my screen instead of Babbitt. All right. So you're still gonna speed up to try to get up closer to them?
Yes.
All right. So you do.
I'm freaked out, but I'm trying.
All right. Harris is gonna turn on his turn, which technically happens before Rabbit's, but we're never going to get anything done ever if we let those... Like, I'm actually going to move Harris in the initiative order to underneath Rabbit, because... To Babbitt. I'm changing it to Babbitt, because I'm just going to keep saying the wrong thing, because my brain sees a word. All right, so I'm gonna give Babbitt his turn first. So Babbitt, Bill has pulled the car up right behind there. The rear door,
It's now open. Yeah.
Yeah, there are two rear doors. One of them is open, and this young woman holding a gun is pointing it. Well, I mean, she's probably pointing it straight at you now.
Yeah.
While holding on to a strap in the back of the van to steady herself with the other hand.
Yep. I want to jump and tackle.
Are you gonna sweet move this?
Did I use a sweet move to stop myself going when I was going down the?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. So I only have one left. Oh no.
Yeah, because you had to use one to pickpocket.
Yeah.
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 And you sweet moved under Barrow Mackay, and then you sweet moved down the elevator shaft. So you've only got one left.
I only have the one, and I want it, and I know what I want to use it for. No, I just want to jump.
All right, you're gonna try to jump. All right, I'm gonna say that it's close enough where you can try to make the problem is that she's standing right in the door.
Right.
So you're gonna have to we'd have to do this as an attack.
Yeah, I basically want to jump and grab her, and yeah.
All right, so we're gonna do the jump as a bare hands attack. So roll me your bare hands attack. It's going to be bare hands effective, bare hands plus D10.
8.
Plus your level.
Yeah.
Okay, so 8. Let's see her, and her dodge is better than that. You don't miss the van. So if I count the van's dodge as whether or not you reach the van, that's based off the driver, and his sweetness plus level is only like a 4. So you definitely make it to the van. I realized that there was anything, but she totally, because she was blocking your way, you have to attack her simultaneously. So you don't do any damage to the van, but she just totally swings sideways, and you are now in the back of this van, with now a halfling has to get restored into the initiative order along with Barrow Mackay.
Yeah, where is Barrow Mackay? Is he in
Barrow Mackay's in the passenger seat. The halfling is in the back with you and the girl. Yeah.
Yep, okay.
Jesus Christ. All right, so, and she doesn't get any sweet moves because she's a hacksaw. All right, so Babbitt's in the back. Harris is driving. Harris is going to turn. So, roll me a 1d10, Nick.
Okay.
He's got to beat a 3.
No whammies. 5.
All right, good, because they rolled a 1, so I'm giving them a +2 because your wheels out on your steering. Their van is would be you would have totally been blown away if their van had all its tires, but you've got you've got your power going forward, but you don't have control. So all right, so you're still on them. That brings us to all right, so Barrow Mackay is back in the order. Barrow's going to use a sweet move. Barrow is going to flip, he's literally apparently not wearing a seatbelt because he, using his arm, grabs the recline lever on his seat, flips backwards, kicking feet first towards you.
Oh, jeez.
So effectively doing a flip over his back, delivering both feet straight into Babbitt, knocking him out of the back of the van.
Damn it.
How is that even possible?
Through the air and
because he wasn't wearing his seatbelt.
Crashing onto the hood of the Lumina.
Ah!
Okay.
Are you okay with that, Kyle?
Oh, yeah.
Gen and Nick?
Pretty epic. My poor car.
Ken, did you vote for it?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I couldn't hear because I know you're probably a little away from the mic because you're not doing anything right now. All right, so you are fortunately the Lumina was so beat up, no one's gonna see the goblin butt dent in the hood, and no driving damage was done to the Lumina. But so you are back on the hood of your car, and that brings us to the halfling, who is going to run to the back door, flip you off, scream, "I want the Barrel Mackay!" and then close the back door. So he's pretty much just closing the rear door of the van. That brings us back to the girl, and she can't do anything. That brings us to Bill. Are you going to stay this tight on them, or are you going to back up?
I'm kind of worried about Babbitt. Also, I can't see.
Right, so are you going to stay this close, or are you going to back away?
I'm probably going to, pull over because I'm just freaked out
You're just going to let them go?
I don't want to.
Babbitt is now pounding on the hood of the car, just going, no!
All right. I start speeding up again.
Okay, so
No, it's fine. Babbitt's just upset.
I just need to know if so you are pulling over.
I was starting to pull over, but I'm getting signs that I should not, so I start speeding up again.
Okay. So, Babbitt, what are you going to do? You're currently splayed out on the hood of the Chevy Lumina.
Yes, I am.
And I want to remind you that you're in business clothes.
Yep.
So this goblin in a shirt and tie is splayed out on the front of a speeding Chevy Lumina, driving through the streets of Silicon Valley.
Yep.
It's just outer Vancouver, pretending to be Silicon Valley.
Right.
All right, so you're going to speed up. So, Babbitt, are you going to do anything?
No.
All right. And so Harris is going to try to turn and lose you. So roll me a d10. And there's no way you can beat it because Harris just rolled a 10 and has a +2 advantage. So unless you're using a d12 secretly, you just lost him.
Sorry, my roll?
Well, there's no way. You technically had to roll, but Harris rolled a 10 and has a +2 advantage because of your damage steering.
Right.
So
even if I per se rolled a 10.
Yeah, you wouldn't make it.
Which I did.
Oh, what the hell? I'm going to say on a 10, we don't have nat 20s in this game. We don't have critical rolls, but I'm going to say that's a critical success that you stay on them if you roll a 10. That just seems mean. So, yeah, you managed to stay on him. You lucky son of a bitch. All right. All right, so I'll say that they got some ground on you, that you crashed into a fruit cart or something, which has no business being in this neighborhood. But you kept going, and so they're still ahead of you. I should come up with a number of missed rolls that you have to do. We'll still count that as a miss, but I'm going to say that you got to miss 3 times to lose them, for them to lose you. All right?
That works.
All right, that'll also be nice when you guys are getting chased in a later episode. All right, so they're peeling off. They've put some distance between you though, because you lost that roll. Dramatically, your car careened around, knocked over a fruit stand, recovered, and then has kept going. No one in the van is going to do anything, so Bill, it's on you. You're going to keep pursuing, I presume?
I'm not giving up.
All right. Do you want to try to? Are you going to maintain distance? Try to get closer, or are you going to?
You're Babbitt. Do you want to try again?
I mean, they're not going to open the door again. What can we do?
Well, I'm going to stay on them for right now.
Yeah, I think they weren't expecting you to try to get in the van. So that's why they were willing to try to take out the car, but now they're like, holy shit, if we open the door, the goblin's going to climb in.
I'm going to keep my distance, but stay on them.
Okay. All right, Babbitt, you're up. You are still sprawled on the hood of this car.
Yeah, can you maybe open up the passenger door?
For the passenger window?
For the window, that'd be great.
I'm going to roll down the window.
Okay, I want to...
Get in the car?
Get in the car.
So you swing around and swing in the passenger side window. All right, so Harris is going to turn again. He's really determined to lose you. And so all you got... He rolled a 1, so you just got to beat a 3.
Okay, got a 7.
All right, so you stay on him. So you've only failed once, so you still got 2 more failures until you lose him. All right, so he's going to keep speeding off. Jesus Christ! Eventually, the cops are going to show up. All right, so Harris is still driving. All right, so all right. I know what's going to happen here. All right. So as they keep speeding off, and you're still chasing them, you do see out the front passenger side window a seat you know personally, Babbitt, that Barrow Mackay had been in previously. Not Barrow Mackay leans out the passenger window of the van with a gun, but the young woman who had opened up the rear door before, who has smartened up that you can jump into the rear door, but this would be, you'd have to do a lot better driving and get alongside them for this. So she's going to lean out and she's going to take a shot at the passenger side tire.
Oh no.
She already took out the driver's side tire from the front. So she is going to... So this is Nick's dodge because he's the driver. And so we are going to roll. There is
D10 again, right? D10 again.
No, this is your dodge. Your dodge is just a number.
Okay.
Your dodge
Right.
is your fitness, is your sweetness plus level. Sweetness plus level. Sweetness is effectively
Okay, 4.
dexterity. So 4, yeah, she hits. She rolled a 9. So she was going to hit no matter what her stats were. And for damage, the car is going to get your soak. So that is your fitness plus your level.
Also 4.
Yeah, she blows out your other tire.
Ah!
You are now at, I'm going to say with your steering is shot.
Okay.
Your steering is shot. So I'm going to actually say that you've got a 5 disadvantage on whether or not you lose them. Yeah. They lose you, whether or not they lose you. So you're going to have to yeah, so if they roll anything above a 5, you're going to not make it. So so that was NK's turn. We're on Bill. You're going to keep following, I presume?
Yeah, at this point, I might as well pull over. I have just been shot at twice, and I do not have front tires. Hazard lights on.
All right, so you're just gonna pull over and give up. I mean, there was no. You were here. I'm just gonna roll their next two escape rolls just to see what would have happened. And no, yeah, you were done. There's no way that you could have beaten their next two rolls for getting away. So you may as well pull over. So the black van gets away. You kind of spark your way to the side of the road. With your two
Hey,
blown
boss?
tires, yeah.
Boss, this is Bill.
Yeah, what's up?
We lost them.
Okay.
And my front two tires.
Ah, shit.
So, so your team gonna come back here, ma'am?
I might need to call an Uber or something.
You should tell him that Uber actually has been banned by the city. He's got to take a Lyft. Or a Gantner. A Gantner also will work. They don't pick up in dwarf neighborhoods, but otherwise they're pretty good.
I relay that info.
All right, Lyft it is.
All right, so your ride will be there in 5 to 6 minutes. It's a black Prius. All right, so we return to. So you guys will eventually. You're gonna go back to the Prupip Technologies office.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So all right, so it's gonna take you guys only 5 minutes. So I'll just say that you guys are gonna get there before the cops do. And so you guys are, you get to the lobby door, and the lobby door is on lockdown. So
We knock.
I wave awkwardly.
All right. The security guard buzzes you guys in, and you just look terrible. Like, I mean, Babbitt has been like thrown in traffic and leapt across vehicles, got tossed back onto a vehicle, and then like you're
to the back.
just your white shirt is like untucked and very dirty, and like there's like it's ripped where Barrow Mackay sliced you on the shoulder in the back. It's just goblin blood like kind of matted there on the back of the shirt. And you know, Bill looks fine. He's just, always looks beat up, and this, because the security guards then just kind of looking at these guys, and Bob looks at you, Raz, and goes, "These guys are professionals.
I go up to
You pay these people?"
Bob, and I say, "I think you dropped this, sir." And I give him his key card.
"Oh, this isn't mine. This is Jerry's." Because you stole it from the other. No, you stole it from the young guy.
Okay, then I give it to Jerry.
Jerry goes, "Son of a bitch, I'm gonna get fired, aren't I?" All right, so
Bet you feel sorry for tasing me now.
in about 10 minutes pass, and a bunch of squad cars show up. You get the two officers kind of walk out of one of the cars. One of them is a large orc, and he's followed by a tall, kind of thinner black guy. You see their names are officers. You can see their name tags are officers Jacobs and Smith. And they get buzzed in. The orc kind of just comes in and looks around, and he takes one look at Babbitt and goes, "Are you just like this? Like, did you show up to work like this?"
I'm pretty dedicated to my craft.
That's pretty messed up.
I assure you, officer, he had a very nice suit.
The other cop walks up and he's kind of looking around. So you guys are a security consultant company, Stormwood and Associates.
Yes, she's Stormwood, and we're the associates.
I gotta tell you, when I used to live in East Philly, and there was a Stormwood and Associates out there, and they didn't look like this guy. He sort of points to Nick. Like, did they beat you up or something?
No. I'm not Stormwood. I am and Associates.
No, I get that. I get that, but you look like someone beat you up.
Oh, that was them.
Did they beat
Bob and Jerry? That has nothing to do with the crime at hand.
Bob just goes, Jerry tased him. You tased him? I don't think that this doesn't seem cogent. I don't know. He tased him. It's kind of, you just like tase people without, like, you were in a situation where you had to tase someone and you didn't contact the authorities for that?
You had to be there.
I don't think this is...
In context, I guarantee it made sense. Officers, this is kind of...
All right.
Anyone would have tased him, honestly.
All right, so while these cops are talking to you, also a man in a, like, immaculate gray suit walks into the building with a key card, and he's followed by kind of someone who you're not sure if they're a tech billionaire or a hobo, in kind of a gray stained hoodie, like walking right behind him. The man in the suit introduces himself. Hi, I'm Martin Prudence, co-owner of Prupip Technologies. I hired your agency. He goes to shake Raz's hand.
Yeah, I shake it.
And so he's so what okay. So I hired you guys to test my security, and what you're telling me is my security was so bad that when you got here to test my security, the place was being robbed.
Fortunately, yes.
He just looks at Jerry and Bob and goes, "You're fired. Both of you are fired. If it had just been these guys, I might have forgiven. But both of you are fired." So Jerry and Bob just kind of are looking down, kind of ashamed. The guy in the suit just goes, No, don't sit there looking ashamed. Go clean out your lockers and leave. But then,
excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Their defense, they did take action against the first suspicious person that they encountered.
Yeah, I don't pay these people to tase weirdos without calling the cops then. I pay these guys to make sure that nobody breaks in from anywhere. And not only was your penetration test apparently successful, but simultaneously, different people were breaking. Is it just like think about the odds. Is there a hobo camp up there? Hey, Piper, is there a hobo camp up there? I don't think there's a hobo. The guy in the hoodie just goes, I don't think there's a hobo camp up there. I don't know. Look, Mr. Prudence, please don't fire me. I have a dog and a cat and 3 birds, and look, I don't care. Go. He just kind of gestures. 2 security guards kind of sheepishly, like, leave. The guy in the suit goes, "Hey, Piper, go call whoever we call in HR to get someone else in here. Like, I don't care if it's the night shift, tomorrow's day shift, whatever. I don't give a crap. Get me someone to sit on this desk who knows how to tie their shoes and not tase people and let someone else break into my air-gapped servers. Well, technically, they're my air-gapped servers. Piper, the guy in the hoodie, is just like, they're my air-gapped servers. I don't care! All right. What the hell happened? And he's looking at, the guy in the suit's looking at you, Raz. Because you're clearly the only person he thinks is, like, actually worth talking to.
Yeah. Well, we made it up to the server room, and shit, I forgot his name. How did I forget his name?
Beryl McCoy.
Like, again, forgot the name.
All right. May I recommend occasionally writing things down?
I did, and then I misplaced it.
His name is Barrow Mackay. He said it all the time. The halfling kept
that's why I'm
screaming that he
like,
was working
what
for
the
Barrow
hell?
Mackay.
A dude named Barrow Mackay and a couple of his goons were up there taking data from your project server.
All right, so you tell him about Barrow Mackay and the halfling in a onesie and the, the normal one. Because that's really what it is. There's the halfling in the onesie, Barrow Mackay, and then the vaguely normal person.
Yeah. How they got through the vent system, and their black van with no license plate, and wind wheels.
All right, so the guy in the suit and the guy in the hoodie, John Prudence and whoever, something Piper, we haven't heard his first name. They ask you to come up to the elevator. They want to see what happened and where. So
Okay.
they're asking you to go upstairs with them. The cops are coming, obviously, writing all of this down, really annoyed that no one's actually finished giving an actual statement. All right, so you are now up in the server room. And presumably you show them how you've told them how you got in, and you've shown them, because, obviously they've got to make security recommendations based on your path of entry. And then you showed them the vent system, which is a really stupid vent system. And how grates between levels might prevent this sort of thing. And also someone climbing to a vent and falling to their death. All right. And so you're in this room. Do you want to totally investigate it?
I would love to.
All right. So we'll give you 5 minutes on your own here to totally investigate it. As you look around the room, you find near where they're eventually able to move the server rack forward so you can go behind yourself and look back there. You find a scrap which looks like that it might have fallen out of the halfling satchel, which is an address, and it's just an address, and you can look it up later when you're back at the office. I don't know if you're going to give that to the cops or and memorize it or keep it, but just an address on a slip of paper. And then let's see if there are any other clues in the server room. I think that's it. I think that's all I had planned to leave in the server room. Obviously, because you already know that they touched the production server, and these guys aren't going to let you bring in your own hacker to look at the server because that's the tech you weren't supposed to look at. And so,
Hey,
all right,
boss. I did blow off one of the hubcaps. Maybe we should go back and grab it.
You kind of incinerated that hubcap. I guess there'd be some shards.
We could see if they left a license plate.
That would be a smart thing to look for. All right, so are you gonna talk to these cops, or are you gonna cause? So what are you doing with the slip of paper with the address on it? Are you keeping it, or are you giving it to the police?
I think I'm gonna keep it.
Okay. You're gonna take evidence from a crime scene? All right. All right, it's All right, so you're gonna head down to the parking garage to look down there?
Yep.
All right.
Can I give it a quick look?
Yeah, you can do a quick look around. There's not a lot else to see here. You've got the cops are talking to the John Prudence and the Piper guy, talking about what was potentially you can overhear them talking a little bit about how there was a new design schematic for a piece of technology they were working for that's stored on that server. That they're not willing to disclose what it is, but that they think it's going to knock their competitors out of the water. It's real generic conversations, but they were convinced that whatever they're working on that's on that air-gapped server was going to change the industry and disrupt all technologies and blah 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 blah. But they won't say specifically what it is. This is clearly some piece of industrial espionage that was being committed. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all you're gonna get out of their conversations if you don't talk to them yourselves.
Dare we ask them things?
You can ask them things. You've got two cops, and you've got the two guys whose names are on the building.
I want to ask who their competitors are.
All right, so who are you asking? Are you going to ask the guy in the hoodie, or are you going to ask the guy in the suit?
Suit.
Okay. Well, everything we're doing, it's Coltech is trying. We're going to knock Coltech out of the water. Coltech is just going to be gone, dead. We're going to send them to hell.
Okay.
Metaphorically, not literally, because that would be illegal.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, what I see though is with your little group here, is that while I will say you did the job and you successfully broken my security, but as an person I'm paying to let those guys get away is just ridiculous. What is the point? What is the point? How unprofessional of you. I'm gonna pay my bill, but let me tell you, if I don't get that, if you just let that technology walk out of my building, he's not happy.
I look scared.
But how's that any different than normal?
Than usual.
Can I intimidate Suit Man?
Can you intimidate Suit Man? I don't know if there's... I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying that would be impossible, but I don't know if he's got anything for you.
Okay.
He's a dick, but he's kind of the victim.
Okay.
Here. You can tell. He's just really angry right now. That's all. He's an angry white guy. He's an angry rich white guy who just got robbed.
Yeah, and I get it.
I'm just saying, the most you're gonna do is you intimidate him is, just give him a bad day. I don't think he's got anything of value to give you. Besides the competitor, the Coltech is who he thinks. You can tell that he thinks Coltech paid for this to happen.
Okay. That's what I wanted, and that's all I need to know.
Yeah.
So, screw that guy. I don't care as long as I'm getting paid.
Yeah. Well, you're getting paid for this job, but there might not be future jobs if he's not happy.
Mm-hmm.
This is my city. No, at least block. Yeah, it's... So you're going to go down to the parking garage?
Yeah, I'll investigate.
Yeah, let's go down there.
All right, you go down to the parking garage, which And are you going to totally investigate that area?
Yep.
All right,
Totally.
you find a license plate. It looks like it's kind of like it's bent in kind of the shape of Babbitt's torso,
Ha!
which is when it became separated from the vehicle.
Yep.
It's a state of California license plate, and you've got a license plate number, which you've got someone back at the office who can look it up. If you want to give him the number over the radio, he can look it up now. But
Yeah, I'm
All right.
gonna do.
all right, Kel's gonna use research to. You obviously have connections with the DMV because you're PI/security/licensed magic users. And it is registered to Barrow Mackay Industries.
You've got to be kidding me.
It's registered to Barrow Mackay. Well, okay, so actually it's registered to a company called Arc Group, but the business registry for Arc Group is a company owned by Barrow Mackay.
How does he own a company and also have ridiculous suit? Are we fighting Bruce Wayne? Like evil Bruce
Well,
Wayne?
I mean, you guys have a company.
We have a crappy company.
Thanks.
Sorry, boss.
And no, it's Arc Group. They're you hear Kel over the radio. They are a licensed security, private investigating, and licensed magic users organization. They are they do what we do.
Yeah, but they're scary about it.
I don't know. You ever see a goblin come at your face with a knife? That's scary.
That sounds terrifying, yes.
You got one of those.
It's true.
I mean, just think about the three people you fought and like what they look like compared to what you look like. Like, I mean, yeah, sure, one of them was like in a spandex onesie, but the other two, like one was like dressed like a ninja. It's ridiculous for an adult to carry around a sword. But the other one was really normal.
Did he seriously come at us with a sword?
It's just,
Yeah, got a sword.
Babbitt's got a cut on his shoulder to prove it. So yeah, no, it's hey, look. I'm also, by the way, for the record, guys, you know, Kel's been back at the office this whole time, but he looks pretty ridiculous himself. And your boss drove up with purple hair on a Indian motorcycle on a job literally where you're supposed to be inconspicuous. These guys are no more ridiculous than you are.
Maybe I just like what I do more.
I don't know. I'd say Barrow Mackay loves his job.
Yeah, I can't deny that.
And that halfling really likes working for Barrow Mackay. And that dwarf might be perfectly normal. You don't know. You just saw that it was a dwarf behind the wheel.
But why were they so willing to just broadcast who they were? Barrow said his name like 7 times. I heard it over the radio even.
Well, you think it's possible that they didn't know what they were doing?
Like, that we were both being set up?
Well, we weren't being set up. They knew we were supposed to be there. We're getting paid.
Huh. I don't know, boss. I'm still new to this.
Hey, boss lady, what are we gonna do? We gonna go get this stuff back for our client? Because I will tell you, our docket is pretty bare right now, and the Stormwood name don't mean as much on the West Coast as it does on the East Coast, and or Chicago. Chicago counts as an actual place. Nowhere else in the middle of the country does, but Chicago counts as an actual place. But I will tell you, we are not gonna like get a lot of jobs if they're talking bad about us within like our first month of West Coast operations. That office costs a lot of money to keep going. And I am not even done wiring conference room 2.
I kind of want to keep my job.
We gotta get this stuff back, boss.
Yeah. No shit, Sherlock.
Well, okay, what's the play then?
I got an address.
Okay. Would you
know
like
what
me
it
to
is.
look it up?
Yeah, tell me what it is, but here's the address.
All right, so
Look it up.
you give Kel the address over the comms. All right, so he pulls up the address, and it is like an abandoned warehouse by the docks. Like, it is just like a random abandoned warehouse by the docks.
Nobody owns the warehouse.
It's owned by a holding company, owned by another holding company. It's so many layers deep that it's not obvious who owns it. It's not owned by Barrow Mackay. That you know. This is not owned by Art Group. You're pretty sure because he went and did this job with like stuff he directly owned himself. Like that. Yeah. So you don't know who owns this place, and that doesn't even necessarily mean that the owner is involved. We just know it's a place.
Place we can check out.
Sounds good to me. I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna get around much though. I don't have the front wheels on my tires. I don't have front tires on my car anymore.
I'm Trey Dorn, and I was your game master this session. Our players were Gen Proc as Raz Stormwood, Kyle Johnson as Babbitt, and Nick Izumi as Bill. I also obviously played Kel. Stormwood and Associates is a production of Nerd and Tie. You can find more information at nerdandtie.com, along with our social media is at Twitter, Nerd and Tie, Tumblr, Nerd and Tie, Facebook /Nerd and Tie. And remember, you can subscribe to this with any place that has podcasts. Probably will be on iTunes by the time it's released. Maybe, who knows? But the RSS feed's always out there. And to be continued.